Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Fun to Race. I'm your one and only Rohit Rai. Today in this video, we're going to perform the correct procedure of response spectrum analysis as per codal provision. We'll see when you need to go for response spectrum analysis and how to perform RSA in ETAB. And the code book used here for RSA is one IS1893. We have created a small model as you can see in the screen in our last tutorial. And if you have not seen our previous videos or if you are new here, kindly visit our previous videos and subscribe to our channel for the all new updates. Without wasting too much time, we'll start our today's agenda of this video. So we'll add more number of floors in this model, and before performing RSA, I would like to share one Excel file to you which shows why you need to perform RSA. Now you can see the Excel file for response spectrum analysis. So basically we have two major points to consider which satisfy, means if it is satisfied then only we need to perform RSA. The first major point is the natural time period of the structure should be greater than 0.4 second. If this point satisfies this condition, then only you need to perform RSA. And the second major point is the building height should be greater than 15 meter. And to calculate the time period, we have formula as per IS 1893, 0.09 h divided by square root of d, where h is the total height of the building and d is the base dimension of the structure. Next, uh, now you can see we have the base dimension of 18 meter. In case you have forgotten how to check the base dimension of the structure, I'll show you once again. You need to click the draw menu bar, then you need to select draw dimension line. After selecting the draw dimension line, kindly press the mouse cursor over here and go to the last point. You can see the dimension of the structure is 18 meter. Okay, so our base dimension of the structure is 18 meter. Next thing, you can write over here the base dimension of 18 meter. Now after how to calculate the height of the structure means, the first thing we need to go for more than 15 meter in case to calculate the RSA or to perform the RSA. So to do that, you can right click on the screen and you can click the add modify grid option. After clicking that, a dialog box will be appear like this. Then you need to click for modify show story data. So now we have total number of stories up to 4. So in clicking this point, right click and go for add a story and then keep existing story height. After that, story height is 3 meter for all the stories and number of added stories is 1. You can change here up to 4. Suppose we have added, you need to go for 7 story. So already it is 4, then you need to click for go for 3 more stories. And the new story location is insert above story, that is above 4 means story 4. It will add the story above story 4, then press OK. After pressing OK, you can see on the right side or you can see in this screen it is added up to 7 story. The height of each story is 3 meter and the total height of the story is 21 meter. And this is the master story and the story 6 is not the master story. I've explained all this in my previous videos. This is also master story. And now this belongs to story 4. It is similar to story 4 and this all belongs to story this one. Sorry, this belongs to story 7 and this all belongs to story 4. And then now press OK and then again OK. Now you can see in the right hand side in 3D view we have model of 7 story building. Okay, the next thing is, using this formula we can now calculate the time period of the response of the building. So we have formula 0.09 into h. Now h is 18 meter divided by square root of, sorry, h is the 21 meter divided by square root of d is the base dimension, which is 18 meter. After calculating this, we can get 0.44 second, which is greater than 0.4 second, and hence RSA is performed over here. So the before starting that, there is some steps we need to follow to perform the RSA. First thing, we need to go for the mass source option in define menu bar. In mass source, you need to add or you need to modify the same mass source. I'm going to modify the same mass source because there is only one. You will not get confused with that. So clicking modify mass source, the dialog box will appear. You need to go for a specified load pattern. Then in live load, you need to give a multiplier. Then the first question arises how to select the multiplier option over here, and you need to click include vertical mass also. So to calculate the multiplier, I'll show you. According to our codebook IS 1893, we have you can see a screen IS 1893. We can now see the table 8 percentage of imposed load, which is not which is live load only, to be considered in seismic weight calculation. So up to and including 3 meter means 3 kilonewton per meter square. If the live load is up to 3 kilonewton per meter square, then the percentage of imposed load is 25. And if it is above 3 kilonewton per meter square, then 50% of reduction factor is going to be imposed. So in our case, if you want to, first let me cancel this. In our case, if you want to see how much live load you have applied, you need to click this option, display cell load design. Just simply click in this, select the load pattern as a live, then gravity, and then or just close it. First comes in plan view, click over there, then click this option, select the live under the live load pattern and hit apply and then OK. Now you can see we have already applied a live load of 4 kilonewton in all the floors. Okay, so the point is we have the live load of more than 3 kilonewton per meter square. So the percentage of load imposed is 50. This means 50% of reduction factor we need to give, and hence go to again mass source, click modify mass source, under click this one specified load pattern, under live load you need to give multiplier as 50 means 0.5 and then add and include vertical mass source, vertical mass also, then hit OK. After creating mass source, so after defining a mass source, let's the second step is to define the model cases data. Again, you need to click the define option in a menu bar, then go to model case data. In this we have only one, we need to go for modify show cases. Under this dialog box don't change anything, and in P delta non-linear stiffness you can click modify show and you need to select the non-iterative based on mass, and here it is already selected, so I press simply OK. And the other parameters we need to consider is the maximum number of modes and minimum number of modes. And minimum number of mode we can keep it as a 1, and the maximum number of mode we can calculate like we have a 7 number of modes, and in each floor there are 3 number of modes, then the total number of modes is 21, and hence for the time being I keep it as 12 only, because according to IS 1893 we need to consider, means it need to satisfy the model cases participation ratio should not be less than 90%, and in case if won't satisfy the 90% of the model participation ratio, we need to increase the number of modes, and in last we will see whether the maximum number of modes by considering 12 is satisfy the 90% or not. If it won't satisfy, we will later increase the number of modes, but for now time being we will keep it as same, then press OK, then again OK. Now, after defining the mass source and model cases data, we need to go for load pattern. Under the load pattern, these all three we have already defined in our last tutorial. Now the next thing we need to define the load for earthquake. So I will define it as in horizontal direction EX. Under the type, we can select a seismic. The sales multiplier, we can choose it as a 1. This is nothing but the factor of safety. And under the auto lateral load, we can select the IS1893, which is the code book for seismic design. That is for earthquake design of a structure. Then simply press add new load. And this earthquake is for horizontal in x direction. Again we'll add for in y direction. Again the type will be seismic, self multiplier will be 1 and the same code book will be used. And again press add new load. After adding, so after defining a load of seismic x direction and in y direction, we can modify our load. Under modify we can click, you can untick all these options and will simply remain the x direction plus eccentricity. And I'll show you one input data files for all these things. So for seismic load we'll provide the zone of Ford. Basically we have four kind of zone 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the zone factor we will give it as 0.24. Silt type we can select, we can give it as second, that is medium type of soil. Response reduction factor is 3, impotence factor is 1.5, and the damping ratio is as 5%. This is all according to our code book. So I'll show you the code book. If you consider, as for table number 7, response reduction factor you can consider for ordinary moment resisting frame building, the response reduction factor is 3, and our structure is ordinary moment resisting frame building. There is nothing special in that like a shear wall or the bracing structure. So we can consider the response reduction factor as 3. And the next thing, you can choose the zone factor. Like you can see, I'll show you in this code book how to select all these parameters. Okay, so you can, under this table 2, this is the table 2 for zone factor. Under seismic zone 4 we can see the Z value as 0.24, and hence we have written as under zone 4 the zone factor as 0.24. The next thing is about silt type. So for silt type, if you choose 2, that is medium soil, okay, then we have selected the silt type as 2. And then coming to the impotence factor, you can see the impotence factor we can choose. Like in table number 6 we have two different kind of impotence factor to be considered. In first we have impotent service and community buildings such as hospitals, schools, monuments, structure, emergency buildings like telephone exchange and radio station and subway. Or for all these kinds we have impotence factor as 1.5, and excluding all this, for all other buildings we have 1. So if you consider, say, if you are modeling schools or any other hospitals like a structure, you can consider the impotence factor as 1.5. So hence I have selected the impotence factor as 1.5. Coming to this code book, so now we can select the zone factor as 0.24, silt type as 1, impotence factor as 1.5, response reduction factor as 3, and this is the time period we have calculated. Then we can give as a user defined as 0.44 seconds, but in most of the cases we need to go for program calculated, which means the ETAB only itself will calculate the time period of your structure. So the better option to use here is program calculated. And here in story range we have the top story as 7 and the bottom story as base. Now this is all about for x direction, then press OK. Similarly for a y direction you need to modify our load pattern, then simply untick all these options and keep y direction plus eccentricity. And the zone factor again 0.24, silt type as 2 which is medium cell, impotence factor as 1.5, and then time period as program calculated, and the response reduction factor as 3, and then press again OK, and then again OK. After defining the load pattern, the next step is you need to go for load cases. Under this define option, again go to load cases. Now here we can see all the loads is available over here, EX and EY, which we have defined just now. Now under this EX, you can go to modify showcase. Under this, you can name it as EX itself, keep as same it is. And the load cases, we can select from here response spectrum. After selecting this response spectrum, you need to give all this load type, load name, function and scale factor. So for this, click on add option. Load type is acceleration only. Load type is U1. That function here you can choose as RS, which is nothing but response reduction factor. And under this scale factor, we have one formula to calculate the scale factor as per IS 1893. I'll show you the formula how to calculate the scale factor. Now we can see here the scale factor for IS 1893 Indian code book how to calculate. You can see this point, the scale factor is equal to I into Z divided by 2R, which is formula to calculate the scale factor. Now using this formula we can now calculate the scale factor. So let me calculate this. Now using Iz by 2R as the formula, I we have impotence factor as 1.5 into G. G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity, which in E type it is in mm, so in meter it is 9.81, so in mm 9810. I into Z divided by 2 divided by R. R is nothing but response reduction factor, which is 3. And hence we get the scale factor as 2452. So you can mention over here 2452. Again you need to add one more thing. This is for x direction, the next is for x2 y direction. Here also you need to select response reduction, and here also the same scale factor 2452. And the other parameters we have model cases, as keep this as model, and under model combination method we have 3-4 methods. CQC method, this is the complete quadratic combination method. This second one is a square root method, and the third one is absolute method. But here for better result you need to go for CQC method, because this method considered all the small spaced frequency of the earthquake. Whenever the earthquake came, this CQC method, considering this CQC method, it will even consider the minor acceleration of the earthquake. So you need to go for CQC method. And under this directional combination method, you can again select CQC3. And considering the damping as 5%, which is 0.05, then press OK. Similarly, we need to go for EY direction. Again, you need to go for modify showcase. And same thing, same manner, what we have done before. Click this response spectrum, then click on add. Click again U1. Make it as unit RS, then again it has 2452 as a scale factor. Press add. Again in second U2, make this as unit RS response reduction, and scale factor as 2452 which we have calculated earlier. And these all things will remain same. Here again we can change it to CQC method. then press OK. Then after considering all the load cases, again the next step comes the load combination. I hope you know about the load combination technique we have studied in codebook. So these all are the default load combination in our eTag. We can use this also, but we don't know in this load combination which is the, as you can see, this is dead load as 0.9, 0.9, 1.5, but we don't know according to name which is the most accurate and which is the real load combination. So delete all this combo. We can make our own combination using codebook. So press add new combo. In this, according to codebook, I'll show you first using this load combination method. This is the load combination. So we have one more IS 1893 2016, the revised edition of the code book, and in this we can see here we can see for horizontal earthquake load, this is our the load combination. 1.2 dead load plus inflow load per earthquake load in x direction plus 0.3 ELY in y direction. So I have written all this in my notebook and I'm going to add here one by one. So you can add yourself by looking at the code book. So I will do this in a fast manner. Scale factor as 1.2. Under this, go to live, then here 1.2, then again under X, here it is 1.2. I'll show you one, then one step of combination, then we'll add more by yourself, and then again add, go for y direction, and here it is 0.36. This is all according to this combination. You can multiply 0.3 into 1.2, you will get this value 0.36. You can do it yourself. And this is the one combination, then press OK. Similarly, delete this also. Similarly, again add one new combo. Again this 1.2, add here live load. So after giving all the load combination, just press OK, and then we'll run the model for its analysis purpose. For that you can use function 5 as a soft key, or you can press this button. So you can see now it has started to analyze our model. It will take few minutes, so let's wait. Now the model has been analyzed. You can see the deformed shape of the structure. The result of this analysis part I will show in the next video. By that time we will see, as I have told earlier, the model participation mass ratio, whether it has given 90% or not according to IS code. For that purpose, go to display option, go to show table, and under the table just click the model result. Under this model result, we have to see model participation mass ratio. Here it is. Just tick that column and then press OK. Down the table has been seen. You can see we have initially given 12 number of mode, and in 12 number of mode we can see in UX and UI direction it has contributed more than 90%. It is about 99 and it is 99%, and hence it is model. This shows that number of 12 number of mode is sufficient for this analysis. And thanks for watching this video. In next part we'll discuss about the results like story displacement, story drift, base year and all. Thank you.